I love One Piece and I will never get tired of these 10 arcs. Arcs are the key format for most anime series, dividing the story into noticeable chunks with distinct settings and plots. The show with the most arcs is One Piece, which has over 1,000 episodes and around 30 arcs. With so many arcs, not all of them will be good, but a lot of them are renowned pieces of fiction, and while there is a rough consensus, everyone has their favorite and least favorite. That is why this list will highlight the most rewatchable One Piece arcs based on the opinion of this hardcore fan. While some fan opinion and critical acclaim will apply, this list is mainly about my perception based on my enjoyment of the series. I will showcase my most rewatchable arcs through aspects such as relevance, comedy, action, moments, enjoyability, lore, world building, and writing. This list does not rank the best arcs, but it is one I can go back to anytime and rewatch. 10. Skypiea. Episodes 153 to 195. One of the most polarizing arcs in One Piece is Skypiea, mainly because many fans don't feel like it is relevant and is more of a side adventure. However, they can't be more wrong. After learning about a sky island and a city of gold, the Straw Hats travel to the hidden island of Skypiea, where they must help defeat a self-proclaimed god and resolve land disputes among the natives. Besides Enel having one of the best character designs in One Piece, he is also a memorable villain who I need to return in the future. Skypiea is one of the funniest arcs in the series, letting the characters journey and showcase their dynamics. However, this is also an extremely relevant arc to current plotlines, making it an important rewatch I'll never get tired of. Return to Sabaody. Episodes 517 to 522. Time skips have become common in some of the biggest anime because they give them time to rest, develop the world, and bring the story to exciting new moments. Return to Sabaody is the first arc after One Piece's 2-year time skip, where the Straw Hats reconvene on the island to finally sail into the new world and take the next step to becoming the king of the pirates. Return to Sabaody doesn't have much going on, it simply highlights the crew's newfound power and designs. However, this reunion was a touching moment and long awaited after years of separation. This arc is so rewatchable because it isn't that long and gives fans the dynamics they have been missing alongside some nostalgic hijinks. 8. Long Ring Long Land. Episodes 207 to 219. One Piece has a handful of infamous arcs for various reasons, but Long Ring Long Land is the most controversial. After Skypiea, the crew didn't have any immediate plan, but the intervention of Foxy and the Davy Back fight gave them something to do. Foxy challenged the Straw Hats to the competition, with the winner being able to steal a member of the opposing crew. This is many fans' least favorite arc because of its lack of relevance and overly goofy feeling, but One Piece is for all ages. There wasn't much point to it besides delivering an enjoyable side adventure, and that is what I love about it. The games were silly and fun, and they blessed us with more character interactions and hilarious situations. It may break up the flow, but sometimes that is just what the story needs to give fans a good time. 7. Marineford. Episodes 457 to 489. This list might give fans whiplash because right after the Long Ring Long Land arc is Marineford, the most critically acclaimed arc in One Piece. With Ace captured and his execution scheduled, Luffy and the Whitebeard pirates separately plan to attack the base to save him. What ensues is the biggest war in One Piece, with warlords, emperors, and admirals all battling it out. I don't really need to explain why I like this storyline so much, considering Marineford is the greatest arc in anime history. However, that doesn't make it the most rewatchable since I can't take Ace and Whitebeard's deaths over again. Still, Marineford is a high-stakes, battle-fueled masterpiece with dramatic moments, epic fights, some humor, and a riveting plot that took the anime world by storm. 6. Thriller Bark. Episodes 337 to 381. Like a few other arcs on this list, Thriller Bark is pretty polarizing, with some fans loving its creativity and others not appreciating the deviation from the main story. Learning of a haunted sea and ghost ships, the Straw Hats encounter Brook, whose shadow was stolen by a warlord, prompting the crew to embark on the spooky island and defeat Gecko Moria. Learning of a haunted sea and ghost ships, the Straw Hats encounter Brook, whose shadow was stolen by a warlord, prompting the crew to embark on the spooky island and defeat Gecko Moria. It has comedy, moments, world building, lore, some plot relevance, and some of the best fights in One Piece. It stands out as a successful arc that is perfect to watch every Halloween. 5. Enies Lobby. Episodes 264 to 312. One Piece is an unpredictable anime, and Enies Lobby proved that every step of the way, dazzling fans with unexpected moments, plot developments, fights, and twists. Needing a new ship, the Straw Hats came to Water 7, but after a series of events, the crew challenged the world government in order to get back their crewmate. Battling CP9 agents, this arc is non-stop action and thrills. Enies Lobby is one of the grandest arcs and a moment-making machine, with each member getting their shine and having a memorable event which has become a staple of the series. With some of the best fights in One Piece and unforgettable moments, Enies Lobby is a dramatic masterpiece. Character development, action, comedy, storytelling genius, and relevance. This arc is my personal favorite and one of the most rewatchable. 4. G8. Episodes 196 to 206. Almost every arc on this list is canon, and for good reason, as One Piece has a rocky history with filler episodes. However, there is one exception, and that is the G8 arc. After falling into a marine base from Skypiea, the Navy impounded their ship and forced them into hiding. The Straw Hats must now sneak around the base and steal back their ship to escape, but that is easier said than done. One Piece fans must never skip the G8 arc because it is surprisingly good compared to the rest of the filler. The plot is shockingly entertaining and gives every character their own mini-arc and role, giving them a chance to showcase their infiltration skills. Full of funny moments and clever writing, G8 is one of the best filler arcs in anime and a rewatchable delight for One Piece fans. 3. Arlong Park. Episodes 31 to 44. One Piece can have a slow start depending on personal preferences, but for many fans, Arlong Park was the arc that fully immersed them into the series. After Nami steals their boat and map, the crew decides to bring her back, but they learn she owes a debt to Arlong. The Straw Hats must face the fearsome Fishman pirates and ensure Nami's safety in a heartwarming and epic One Piece arc. Part of what makes Arlong Park rewatchable is the nostalgia. It is a classic arc that embodies some of the best One Piece has to offer, especially early in the series. There are a lot of things I want to see in One Piece before it ends, and Arlong Park was the arc that got me fully invested in the plot. The emotional and epic moments created a perfect handful of episodes that anyone can easily rewatch. 2. Sabaody Archipelago. Episodes 385 to 405. Remember when I mentioned I loved Return to Sabaody because we finally saw the Straw Hats reunite? Well, Sabaody Archipelago was the arc that took it all away, and I love it more. As the crew readies itself to enter the new world, they encounter other rookie pirates, celestial dragons, a warlord, and an admiral, all culminating in the tragic separation of the Straw Hat pirates. Sabaody Archipelago is a standard length for an arc, but compared to the rest of One Piece's arcs, it is short, making it easy to return to. There are some sad moments, but this arc has it all: drama, action, comedy, plot relevance, masterful story, character growth, and world-building/lore. Sabaody Archipelago is a standard length for an arc, but compared to the rest of One Piece's arcs, it is short, making it easy to return to. There are some sad moments, but this arc has it all: drama, action, comedy, plot relevance, masterful story, character growth, and world-building/lore. Arigato gozaimasu. Thanks a lot for watching.